Hello and welcomes everyone, AnthWolf here, beginning a new Let's Play. As you can probably no doubt tell from the title screen, this is StarCraft 2. Both developed and published by Blizzard Entertainment. This will be a combination of all three game elements that make up the entirety of StarCraft 2, starting with the Wings of Liberty campaign, which was released in July 2010, followed by the Heart of the Swarm expansion, which was released in March 2013, and then finally the most recent and final part of the trilogy, the Legacy of the Void expansion, which was released in November 2015, just obviously earlier this month, when I've actually started doing this video, started recording this series. And of course, if you're unfamiliar with StarCraft, don't worry. I'll probably provide a YouTube link in the video description below, which will basically have a 10-minute sum up of the original StarCraft's storyline, or some of the major characters involved in it anyway, which will give you an idea of what the original StarCraft, again developed and published by Blizzard Entertainment, and was released in 1998, as well as its own expansion, which was known as Brood War, which was released later the same year. But yeah, if you're unfamiliar with the game, this is a science fiction themed real-time strategy game, obviously where you can play as three different factions known as the Terrans, the Zerg and the Protoss. And before we get into what I want to do in this game, I'll give you a brief idea of the different factions and what they're all about. And then I'll talk about a bit about what this series is going to contain, and obviously a couple of bits of disclaimer before we begin. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this series. Real-time strategy is not something I normally record for my channel, but obviously with the Legacy of the Void expansion, I've thought about doing this. Actually, I thought about doing this when the Heart of the Swarm expansion came out 2 years ago, basically when I first started my channel. And I was a little bit wary, and I think I was recording other games at the time. But obviously with a final party expansion release, I think it's a good time to sit back and do it. And rather than just record the last expansion that's just recently been released, I might as well start from the very beginning of StarCraft 2 and do it all. Mainly to refresh myself with the storyline and share it with you all, and I hope you enjoy. But yeah, as I say, there are three major factions within StarCraft, as I say, the Terrans, Protoss and the Zerg, and here in the first series, probably the first playlist, I'll probably separate them out in the three different playlists. In the Wings of Liberty expansion, well, the Wings of Liberty core game, you primarily play as the Terrans, or a faction of the Terrans at least. Followed by the Heart of the Swarm expansion, which will be primarily playing as the Zerg, and in Legacy of the Void we'll be playing mostly as the Protoss, though we will encounter various protagonists and antagonists of each faction as we go through the entire storyline, basically. But yeah, this is kind of set. Let me get this right. I wrote a lot of things down actually this morning. The game itself, the storyline, is kind of set in the 25th century, fictitious 25th century, in what is known as the Koprulu Sector. Make sure I write that down correctly, which is a distant part of the Milky Way Galaxy, which obviously the solar system which Earth is in. And the Terrans themselves are an exiled group of humans who basically moved and are trying to adapt in colonies set up in this sector. But in the sector itself, there are various other races. The Zerg, who are an insectoid race who are in the pursuit of genetic perfection, through similar to maybe the Borg, only not cybernetically enhanced, technologically enhanced. These are an insectoid race that want to perfect themselves through genetic manipulation by absorbing other races And then, of course, the other faction, the other race here in the Koprulu Sector, is the Protoss, which are kind of a long-lived race of technologically advanced aliens who have psionic abilities, kind of like telepathy, telekinesis, and various other almost, I hate to say the word magical, because it's not, it's psionic. But yeah, various otherworldly abilities that make them what they are, basically. And they are attempting to preserve their civilization because the Protoss and the Zerg in this sector have always been at war, and I think basically the original game, StarCraft 1, is revolving around the Terrans who just basically come upon the war between the Protoss and the Zerg because they've always been butting heads against one another. And obviously events unfold in that original title. But yes, StarCraft 2 was set 4 years after the events of the expansion Brood War, and again it focuses on some of the main characters you see in the original game, so you need to be at least slightly familiar with the original title to know who we may end up meeting or playing as in this game. So it's worthwhile, if you're not familiar with StarCraft, maybe checking the video description or looking into learning some of the lore, some of the storyline of the original StarCraft. Otherwise, you may be a little bit confused. But yeah, here in Wings of Liberty, which is what this video and what this first playlist is going to be about, we will be playing as the Terrans. In particular, we'll be playing or assisting Jim Raynor, who, after the events of StarCraft and its expansion Brood War, is going to be leading a group of Terrans against what is known as a Terran Dominion, which is kind of an autocratic government set up in the Koprulu Sector. I'm gonna struggle with that sector name for a few times, but yeah, that's basically the autocratic Dominion is led by or ruled by a man known as Arcturus Mengsk, who has a particularly malevolent role in obviously the original StarCraft, and obviously we'll learn more about him as we go through that game. And I'm just going to turn my page. Oh yeah, these are just my notes. Right, I'll just fold that properly, pardon me. But yeah, obviously just a few ground rules before we actually get into the game, because there is some very nice, I really very well detailed, well graphically designed cinematics, which is why I kind of want to share this with you all as well. But yeah, before we get into the cinematics, which I'll mostly be quiet for, I just want to tell you about what I want for this channel, what some of the concerns I have, I suppose I can say. Because real-time strategy and I don't really get along, I don't really want to record too many real-time strategies for my channel. Mainly because, as much as I enjoy the genre, because obviously I'm recording and I'm going to be attempting to provide commentary about what's going on while also playing the game, I do find it a bit difficult. I found it difficult when I was recording the Homeworld, what was it again? The remastered edition of Homeworld, that's right. And I ended up having to kind of put that series on hiatus because there was so much happening around me and I couldn't really provide interesting commentary or relevant commentary while also focusing on the gameplay. I'm fine with first-person shooters, but multitasking with like an Empire is a little bit difficult for myself, but we'll give it a try again. Just want to make you aware. With that in mind then, I'm not great at StarCraft. I wasn't great at the first game, and I'm probably going to mess up here in StarCraft 2 at least once or twice. Since there's so many missions in all 3 expansions, I'm bound to fail 1 or 2 at least. And I don't know all the keyboard like shortcuts you can use, so if you're one of the people who is greatly familiar with StarCraft 2 and you play the game a lot, don't expect me to be good at this game. Don't expect me to have a lot of APM. I think that's the term, APM, actions per minute. Is that right? I'm surprised I even know what APM means. I watch a lot of StarCraft tournaments, and I just watch and wish I was as good as some of the players who basically do this. It's impressive, most definitely impressive. But yeah, I will not have a high APM at all. And micromanaging, you can probably forget it. Move action, like attack actions, are probably going to be my thing, but we'll see. I may improve as the series goes on. And, oh, yeah, the final note I should say is I will try to share little tidbits of lore, even more lore, through the game. But, as I say, I am not a great person for StarCraft knowledge all around. So if I get things wrong, just remember I'm only human and just keep it civil. And yeah, that's really about it. That was a long introduction. But yeah, let's actually get into starting this campaign. See, rather than end this video with me just basically laying the ground rules, which sounds horrible. But yeah, let us begin. I'm going to set up a new campaign. There we are. We're going to start with Episode 1, Wings of Liberty. And ignore the difficulty casual, because that's horrible. I was a filthy casual. When I first played this game, it was just, as I say, with the Heart of the Swarm expansion just being released. And I played Wings of Liberty, even though I knew the storyline. I wanted to play it for myself, so I just played it on the easiest difficulty. Just to take in the storyline at my own pace, basically. But we're not going to be playing on casual difficulty, because that's kind of easy difficulty, and I'm sure there's going to be a few comments saying filthy casual, and I totally agree. I deserve a little bit of challenge. But we're not going to be playing on hard difficulty. I don't consider myself a StarCraft veteran, and also because since I'm going to be recording this and providing commentary, I don't want to suffer, because if I'm not enjoying this, then it's going to come through that I'm not enjoying this, and then it will make the video, well, fun for myself or you, the viewers. So we're just going to be playing on normal, and obviously if I screw up, I screw up, and we'll go from there. Now, I think once I press OK, we're going to have some opening cinematics, so I'm going to shush through them, and obviously we'll talk once those cinematics are out of the way. So, I'll see you in a moment. Let us begin. Oh, this is going to be some undertaking.
They say a man never really knows himself. Until his freedom's been taken away. I wonder, how well do you know yourself?
Prisoners, step forward onto the platform.
Convict 626. Murderer. Pirate. Traitor. Today, you go free. But, as you'll soon learn, even freedom has a price.
Suit sealed and locked.
You'll carry your prison with you. That armor will be your new cell. Make no mistake. War is coming. With all its glory. And all its horror. Mr. Findley, your freedom awaits.
Hell, it's about time.
Held a press conference commemorating the end of the so-called Brood War some 4 years ago. Our own Kate Lockwell was on the scene.
Emperor, the threat of a new Zerg invasion is still very real. But instead of expanding our fleets, you've squandered trillions on hunting down has-been rebels like Jim Raynor.
Jim Raynor represents a clear and present threat to this Dominion. He is an unscrupulous, lawless revolutionary bent on spreading fear and dissension across the sector. He and his ragtag band of miscreants have instigated open rebellion across 6 separate worlds and stolen vast amounts of Dominion weapons. This criminal will be brought to justice very soon.
It ain't over till it's over, you son of a bitch. Adjutant, are my troops ready yet?
Your forces are prepared and awaiting your orders, Commander. Uploading tactical data now.
Good. About time we kick this revolution into overdrive.
Backwater Station is the center of Dominion logistics on Marsara. Destroying Dominion authority here will cripple Emperor Mengsk's operations throughout the planet.
Okay, and welcome back everyone. So, here's the first mission, Liberation Day, and our only objective right now is to destroy the Dominion outpost. So you will see we'll be playing on normal difficulty. We can change it here in the mission selection screen. Now, this first mission isn't timed, so we can obviously just talk about the game and the lore. There will be missions where the mission objectives can be timed, and obviously there might be certain units I want to show off, but I may not be able to at that time, but we'll cross that path if and when it comes to it. But yeah, obviously certain missions as well may only have, may be rather short. I'm not sure how long I'm going to make these videos. I may not do one mission per video. I might try to group some together. But yeah, we'll just play it by ear basically, and I'll mention what missions are played in the video descriptions when we come to cover it. So yeah, obviously we have our general purpose infantry. We'll be using Marines in this game. And obviously if there is new available technology, it will let us know. So, let us begin.
Adjutant, what do you got for me?
Dominion forces have set up a logistics headquarters in the town of Backwater Station. This has become the hub for all operations on Marsara. The Dominion recently pulled troops out of the city and they are now under strength.
Are the locals cooperating?
The people of Backwater Station are known to be anti-Dominion, but they lack weapons and organization.
If I can take that headquarters away from Mengsk, it'll cripple him on this planet. Prep my ship.
here we go.
All right, boys. Let's show the locals they don't need to fear the Dominion.
Okay, welcome to the actual game screen itself.
Commander, there are tutorial videos awaiting your review.
Okay. We don't really need to look at these. I'm quite familiar with the game. Of course, we could watch the movies, but I don't think we need to see them.
Keep your intervals wide, your eyes open, and your asses covered. Let's move.
Okay. Marines. We could look at the tip, that's fine. And we have Jim Raynor here, playable character.
Talk to me.
Here he is himself. Let's click and see what he has to say.
Break it down. What's up? Sell me. My dad raised me right. Tried to, anyway. I've seen a lot of good lives wasted. I always come through in a pinch. Everybody's got to believe in something. I don't mind a reasonable amount of trouble. Koprulu, love it or leave it. Yippee-ki-yay. Country boy can survive. You don't mess with the bourbon cowboy.
The Bourbon Cowboy. I'll have to remember that one.
Yeah, I sure could use some Scotty Bulger's old number 8. I got friends in low places. What's the plan? Break it down.
Okay, now we're back.
Raiders roll.
At the moment, Jim Raynor, obviously,
Sounds like a plan.
as a Marine himself, we can zoom in. We'll probably be mostly playing zoomed out. Well, obviously, this is
What's
him
up?
himself. The rank of Rebel Commander. And he has 2 armor. And obviously his Gauss rifle does so much damage. I'm not going to really show off the different infantry armors and weapons they use. All you have to need to know is these can be upgraded, and we'll show that off later on in the game when the technology becomes available. And of course he has some Marines.
This better be good.
Now, as you saw from the opening cinematic, I'm not sure if it's really true for, obviously, Raynor and his Raiders, I think they're called. Raynor's Raiders. Sounds familiar. But Marines are stereotypically reformed or conditioned criminals. As you saw from Mr. Finlay in the cinematic, he was basically a criminal for, and his crime was murder. But he was imprisoned in his power armor. But let's see what they have to say.
Who wants some? You gonna give me orders? Armed and ready. By the numbers, boys. Man, still stuck in this chicken shit outfit. Kiss my ass. Whatever I do, they keep bringing me back here. This is my C-14 Impaler Gauss rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. I came here to kick ass and chew bubblegum. And I'm all out of... Oh, forget it. The only thing you should feel when you shoot someone is the recoil. You ever notice that nobody ever comes back to the barracks? This one time at boot camp... Excuse me, I got a burp. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Been waiting on you.
There we go. So the Marines, you notice that they don't have as much health as Raynor. They only have 45.
What's the plan?
Whereas Raynor is kind of a heroic unit. He must survive to the mission objective. And I think he does more damage as well. Yeah, he does twice as much damage as these Marines. But let's group them up. And
You can count on me.
let's get ourselves going. Oop, that's the wrong button. Oh well, never mind.
Time to man up. You can count on me. Time to man up. Raiders roll.
See, we just right click to move, or we can click A, then left click, and that'll be an
Sounds
attack
like a
move
plan.
order.
You can count on me.
If anyone who is aggressive comes into their range, they will automatically attack.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Obedience is safety.
Raiders roll. You can count on me. Time to man up.
You gonna give me orders?
Talk to me.
Rainer. Kill him!
Sounds like a plan.
That wasn't too bad.
Time
One of
to
our
man
Marines
up.
took some damage.
Raiders
Watch your
roll.
neighbors closely.
You can count on me.
Keep a close watch on your neighbors. Descent will only slow our progress.
Commander, destroying the Dominion holoboards will help incite rebellion against the Dominion.
So we have a bonus objective.
Getting mighty tired of seeing Meng's face. Blast it. Plan.
Corval is the heart of the Dominion.
It was the heart of the Dominion.
Raiders roll.
Obedience is safety, Mengsk lies.
Sounds like a plan. Time to man up. Raid. Where is everyone? You can count on.
This better be good.
Break it down. Sounds like a plan. You can count on me.
The Dominion keeps you safe. Oh, looks like that might be the civilian who was spray painting the air, graffitiing on the signs.
Raiders roll.
Who met an unfortunate end.
My family. This is starting to look ugly. Sounds like a plan. You can count on me.
Commander, a large Dominion force is gathering in the center of town.
Then it's time to call in that special delivery we talked about. Count on me.
Oh, we lost one.
Thanks for the assist. We're with you, Rainer.
Damn.
Work hard. Stand proud. We must all sacrifice for the glory of the Dominion.
So we've lost a troop or a Marine already.
Raiders roll.
Oh crap.
Rainer. Was one want some.
Ooh.
No sacrifice is too great for safeguarding our communities.
Some more Marines are
You can count on me.
very close to death right now. We might have to.
This better be good. You can
Break it down.
I think there's one more hollow
Sounds
board
like a
down
plan.
here.
Time to man.
Your freedoms must be protected.
Raiders roll. This is bad. Sounds like a plan.
Is there another one
You
up
can
here?
count on me.
Oh no, this is the way we need to go.
Raiders roll.
been waiting on you.
What's up?
Move them to the
You
back
can
if we
count on
can.
me.
Oh, what's this?
Finally. There's the locals.
You'll all be given a meal when you reach the dig site. My brother went off to the mine last week. He disappeared.
We got a runner.
They're shooting civilians. Move in. Sounds like a plan. Time to man up. Raiders roll.
By the
Talk to me. Sounds like a plan.
Uh-oh.
wants some.
Mengsk has a lot to pay for.
Thank you, Rainer. We knew you wouldn't forget us.
There's more people still being held up ahead.
I'll see to them. You can count on me. Raiders roll.
Some of our Marines have seen better days.
This better be
Break it down.
See if we can stick Rainer near the front.
waiting on.
Sell me.
Still has a lot of health.
Marshal Rainer. Been a while since we saw you around here.
We're with you, Raiders! Count on me.
Oh,
Labor redistribution mandates may require you to serve your term in areas all across the Dominion.
This better be good.
What's up?
This is a restricted area. You insurgents are under arrest. We got your back, Rainer.
What's the plan? Count on me. Sounds like a plan. Raiders roll.
uh-oh.
Raiders roll.
And there goes the headquarters. Main objective complete.
I didn't think we could fight them, but we can.
Now you've got the weapons and the resources to do it. Remember, Minx can only control you if you let him.
Victory. We liberate... Oh, we didn't liberate 4 of the civilians, and we lost 1 unit. Not bad. Could have been better. Complete the bonus objective, and Rainer himself killed 7 of the enemy units. And we missed one of the achievements because we didn't play the game on hard difficulty. But that's fine.
Wanted man in the sector. You ain't that hard to find. I had to see it for myself. Little Jimmy Raynor, the people's hero.
Tychus Finley. Nice suit.
Pays to be prepared.
I heard they put you on ice. Life sentence. What? To give you time off for good behavior?
That's right, old buddy. I'm a model citizen now.
So to what do I owe the pleasure?
Just a friendly business proposition. Do you even know what the Dominion are doing out here?
I'm guessing you're about to tell me.
Digging up alien artifacts, old buddy. Your boy Minsk has gone crazy for them. But I got a contact that'll pay top dollar for every artifact we liberate from the Dominion.
I guess I can hardly pass that up now. Can I, Tychus?
Partners, then. 60-40.
70-30. My way. Feels like old times already.
Old times.
So, I think we'll end this video here. Obviously, Raynor and Tychus Finley know one another. Obviously, before we begin our next mission with the adjutant here, we can look at the news channel, we can talk to Tychus, or we can have, obviously, various other things here about the Viking, which was the aerial unit that landed at the end of the first mission there at the logistics headquarters. And we can look at the picture of Kerrigan once again. Look at the mission case, objectives, that's fine. But yeah, of course, I'll end this video here. And when we come back, we will obviously continue with the game. This, of course, has been AnthWolf with StarCraft 2, or the beginning of my probably very long series of StarCraft 2. But I hope you'll all enjoy with me, and I hope you all take care till, obviously, the next video. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye now.